Coming live from the studio, this is All Sports with Gerardo. Thank you for watching another episode of All Sports. This is your host, Gerardo. On the show today, I am going to talk about my experience at Progressive Field. To start off, at the middle every month, I post a video or talk about one stadium I went to. So stay tuned for future videos from stadiums across the US. For the month of July, I am going to post a video where I talk about Progressive Field and my experience there. For the next 30 months, I will go in order and tell you about every stadium I've been to across the US. When I post a video talking about a stadium I have been to, there will be two different versions. It will be a video where I talk about the stadium if I have already been there, but if it's a stadium I haven't been to yet, then I will post a video showing you the stadium. To start off with some background history, Progressive Field is located in Cleveland. It's the home of the Indians. Progressive Field is located next to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, which is the home of the Cavaliers, the NBA basketball team. They broke ground for Progressive Field in January of 1992, and it opened in April of 1994. It has a seating capacity of 35,000 seats. Progressive Field hosted the 1997 and the 2019 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. In 2007, the Indians became the first American League team to install solar panels on their stadium. Progressive Field is one of the few ballparks in baseball history to host the Major League Baseball All-Star Game and games of the World Series in the same season, which happened in 1997. So if you take a look at Progressive Field, this stadium opened in the early 90s. If you've been to Progressive Field, it doesn't look like it's a ballpark that opened in the 1990s. This ballpark looks like it opened in the early 2000s with most of the other ballparks. Now what I like about Progressive Field is that it has some unique features, especially after they renovated the ballpark prior to the 2016 season. Now Progressive Field has not always been named Progressive Field. It actually had a different name in the past, especially when the ballpark first opened. Another thing that is unique about Progressive Field is that since it has been opened, it has already hosted 2 All-Star games. Not many ballparks in Major League Baseball can say they've hosted multiple All-Star games. Now most can say they've hosted 1 All-Star game, but not multiple All-Star games. So Progressive Field, even before it was named Progressive Field, it has already hosted 2 All-Star games. Something that is unique about Progressive Field is that it doesn't look like it's from the early 1990s when it first opened. Progressive Field looks like it's a very new ballpark. And the entire ballpark, whether you're in the inside or the outside of the ballpark, it's very hard to say this about a ballpark, but every angle of this ballpark is nice. Even before and now that they renovated the ballpark, it's one of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball. Also, when you are inside a Progressive Field and you're sitting behind home plate or you're on the first or third base side, especially in the upper deck, you get a really nice view of Progressive Field, but also you get a really nice view of downtown Cleveland from the ballpark. So what I like about Progressive Field is almost every unique feature it has. And I went to Progressive Field back in July of 2016. And what really stood out to me about Progressive Field is how nice it is, no matter if you're in the inside or the outside of the ballpark. And especially in the outfield, when you're inside of the ballpark, this is one of the ballparks that has some unique features to it. And no matter what ballpark it is, in Major League Baseball, they all have unique features, no matter how old they are or how new they are. Every ballpark is different and they have their own unique features. But another thing about Progressive Field that makes it unique is that it's in the Midwest. And just like I've said in the last few videos, when I've told you about other ballparks that I have been to, the ballparks in the Midwest are some of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball. And if you're someone that wants to see all 30 Major League ballparks, or even if you can't see all 30, but you want to see some of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball, you definitely have to see the ballparks in the Midwest. They are some of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball, and Progressive Field would be one of the ballparks you would definitely want to see. So what makes Progressive Field a ballpark you'd want to go see? Progressive Field has some nice, unique features, especially in the outfield, which includes Heritage Park in center field. Now, prior to the time that Progressive Field was renovated, before the 2016 season, the layout of the outfield was a lot different compared to now, especially with the way it was designed, where the bullpens were, and just the features that Progressive Field used to have. But after Progressive Field did a renovation prior to the 2016 season, especially in the outfield, Progressive Field looks a lot different. And the bullpens are together and they're in center field, and they're in a different spot compared to where they used to be in the past. But also, the Indians added Heritage Park in center field behind the bullpens, which is a Hall of Fame for the Indians. And there's statues and different memorabilia out in Heritage Park that honors all the great players, coaches, or personnel that have been a part of the Indians in the past. So Heritage Park is definitely a must-see. You definitely want to see the Indians Hall of Fame if you get to go to Progressive Field. The Indians definitely have a lot of history, especially from the past. Also, Progressive Field changed the fan experience, especially in the outfield when they renovated it. Out in left field, they added the home run porch, which is a great standing room area to watch an Indians game, but also a lot of home run baseballs go in that area. In center field, they put the two bullpens together, and right behind the bullpens on the concourse is Heritage Park. And in right field, they added another great area for the fan experience. So prior to the 2016 season, and before the Indians did the renovation to Progressive Field, the outfield was a lot different. Prior to the 2016 season, the Indians did all those renovations to the outfield. And once the 2016 season began, the outfield at Progressive Field definitely looks a lot different. And it accommodates more fans, and Progressive Field gives you a better fan experience, no matter if you are an Indians fan or not. Progressive Field definitely has a lot of nice, unique features, especially after they did the renovations that they did to the ballpark. So if you get the opportunity, no matter if you're an Indians fan or not, but especially if you want to see all 30 Major League ballparks, or you want to see some of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball, Progressive Field definitely has to be on your list. Progressive Field is a must-see ballpark, and just like I was saying, if you want to see some of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball, you definitely need to check out the ballparks in the Midwest, and Progressive Field would be one of those ballparks that you want to see. So no matter if you're an Indians fan or not, you definitely want to see Progressive Field. It has a lot of unique features. The ballpark is very nice, no matter if you're in the inside or in the outside of Progressive Field. And overall, if you were to rank Progressive Field, it would definitely be one of the nicest ballparks in Major League Baseball, especially with the unique features it has and with the fan experience that it offers. So if you get the opportunity to go to Cleveland, definitely check out downtown Cleveland, and no matter if you're an Indians fan or not, you definitely need to check out and go see Progressive Field. Tune in at the middle of August to find out which was the next stadium I visited, and I will also tell you about my experience at that stadium. Tune in to the next All Sports with Gerardo show next week. I want to say thank you to everybody that watches every episode of All Sports. Subscribe or like my pages on social media at All Sports with Gerardo. Until next time, this is Gerardo.